These are potatoes. I'd kind of like soaked them in the water, something almost similar to marinating. And what I did is I soaked them in the water with Himalayan salt and with chilies and with oranges. I just put some oranges so that it can suck in into the potato so that it will have that fruity taste. So that will be the main meal that we're going to make. In this small plate, I've chopped very small paprika. I've grated carrots, onions, and tomatoes and coriander. Those are the main ingredients that we are going to have. Additives may come in. There is black pepper. There's black pepper. There is dill. There is dill, and we are going to have turmeric or gurkmeya, as you can call it, and then we are going to have a little bit of aromat from Knorr and Himalayan salt, of course. Oh, why is it not so visible nicely? Why? Yeah, Himalayan salt. Okay, so basically that will be it, and a bit of garlic powder. This is garlic powder. Okay, fine. So I got my things in place, and the fish, I'm going to simply use only citron pepper, that is like a lemon pepper, together with salt. That's all that will be in the fish. So there's no much whatever. So join me as I start. So I'll start the potato fixing right away. Let me find a place to put the camera so that we can see. I'll start with the onions. So I'll empty the entire onions in the pan. Okay. So I'll start with the onions. Let me find a very uh, good place to put the camera so that I don't have to hold it. Um, let me see. Let me see. Oh, the angle seems to be very bad. That looks a bit perfect. Okay, that looks a bit perfect. So I'll start by washing my hands. And the process is going to be pretty fast. I'll start by washing my hands. I started by putting the onions in the, and then, yep, I can put it. I forgot to mention one ingredient that I'm going to use. I'll be using olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. That's what I'll be using for frying. So as the process starts, this is a very humble meal and it takes a very short time to make. As it starts, so what I'll do is I'll prepare myself to do both of them simultaneously. Oops, here we go. So for for the salmon fish, it's also going to be a very simple process. So for you who are fathers and you're at home and you're worried about cooking, you shouldn't really worry about cooking. Um, what you'll do is try and empty the oven such that it's never preheated to 200 degrees, and I'll get one of the plates where I'm going to make it. I can have this. So I can have this has been out of the freezer since morning, so it's a lot easy to take care of. So before I put it there, I'll put the under plate with same olive oil so that it doesn't stick on the on the plate. So olive oil to cover the bottom. Salmon is a bit oily, it's got a lot of omega-3 oil, so you don't need to add much fat, but this is for the purpose that it doesn't stick under the oven. I'll put the flex on such that when it starts heating and then that, so the smoke can go out. Oh, here we are. I'll take a Caesar. I'll take a Caesar and kind of like salmon, and then empty it into the thing. That's great. Leave that there. I'll try and kind of like make it even because it's kind of like mashed. So spread it very evenly on the plate. So this is one of the easiest and the most interesting and least complicated meal to cook. So here's what the salmon looks like. If you can see it. If you can see it, okay. So what we're going to add is Himalayan salt. Himalayan salt. It's a sea fish, so it already has some little salt, so you don't have to over salt it. And then I'm always very bad with measuring what you call these things. So what I'll add is lemon paper. Oops, it's not so much. Then just sprinkle it over it so that should be sprinkled very evenly such that it doesn't like concentrate on one part, otherwise the taste is going to be uneven in one portion or the other. So So lemon pepper has been added, so that's out of the question. Himalaya salt has been put, and this is basically what it looks like. And there's really no big magic about this. This is quite enough, and just to add a little strength, I can strength of the lemon. I'll put a little bit of lime, very little, very little, uh, just a little bit of lime on it, so that it kills off the excess fats. Um, this is ready to go into the oven, so this will be fixing as I'm working on the potatoes. So there goes the salmon, and now I can work on the potatoes very peacefully. Uh, I've started my frying process. The the onions have to fry brown. The onions have to fry brown before adding the next ingredient. For did I say first? By the way, I really love cooking, so I do it also as a passion, and yeah, it's part of the things that make life interesting in the pilgrim's life. So I love cooking. So yeah, I'll just snatch the camera a bit so that I bring you closer so that you can be able to see how the onions are browning up. Here we go. So the onions are beginning to turn brown, so that looks very good. And the next ingredients that we are going to add is the next ingredient that we're going to put into it will be the, the coriander. They're a bit dry, finely chopped. I have all my corianders inside, and it's really giving a very nice smell. Coriander burnt into onions, so we go. So we have our corianders in. Sure, it smells good. The beauty about olive oil, it's not so heavy. It doesn't. I mean, it's not heavy like the other oils. It's a bit gentle and smooth. So I'll be able to show you what is happening in. It's really coming out very nice. And then yeah, I'll uh, I'll continue. The next ingredient that is going to happen to go in is the paprika. That's paprika. That's the second stage. I'll snatch the camera again and see if you can be able to see. This is what it looks like. It's getting a bit decorated, very colorful and beautiful. Very colorful and beautiful. Um, yeah. And then the third ingredient that I'm going to put is the garlic before the carrots. I'll put the garlic powder. That's it. Oops. Oh, oh. That was the garlic powder. Something happens when you start putting the garlic powder, it starts sticking on the pan. So it kind of like doubles now the speed of the frying. So I put garlic powder and the next ingredient I'm going to put avocados. Yeah. Now carrot has got moisture, so it's kind of like tends to neutralize the garlic powder that I've put, and sometimes it would be nice to give it back the moisture such that it doesn't evaporate, it just circulates within there. You put a lock on it. And this brings us to the next most moisturized uh, ingredient that we are going to put there, which is tomatoes. Tomatoes. Wow. Tomatoes are in. The coriander seems to be dominating in the aroma. So it's kind of like the dominating spice right now that you can smell from afar. And just at this point, before I close it, I want to add a few more spices. I'll put black pepper. It's almost finished, so this is very on the conclusive part of it. In the next instance, I'll put the turmeric to give it color. It will add more of the yellow, as you could see. Great. You could see that the oranges that I put on the potatoes had already started turning it yellow. So with a deeper turn of the turmeric, it's going to be even sorry. Oh, it's going to be even more yellowish, add more color to it and more taste, of course. So the whole thing is getting pretty fine. The whole thing is getting pretty fine. Before putting salts, I'll love to put aroma, which contains a good amount of salt. So once, if you use this, you should be able to minimize on your salt use, because this is a bit salt-based thing also. So there we go. And very little salt. Right. Here we go. This looks very interesting. I'll pull you back again close to it. This is very, very interesting now. And it brings us now into the moment where we want to lay our potatoes in it. So I'll pick my potatoes one by one. As you can see, they're not really tampered with, and they are very fresh potatoes direct from the farm, as like in 2 days ago. These are direct from the farm, and they're not chopped, so they're going to take a very long while here cooking, so that they have to be ready to the center part of it. I won't pick the orange residues, but I might pick one or two of the chili residues, so that giving it more of that chili taste. So here's our potatoes. That's about it. That's about it. And I can pick one or two of the chilies just to make sure that it gets that chili taste. Maybe I pick one final one. One would be tempted to pick one of the orange residues, so that that fruity taste completely does not disappear. So you can put just maybe two pieces of the, so that the orange fruity taste does not disappear from it. And finally, what we are going to do is we will sprinkle some dill over the potatoes, so that yeah, that's good. That's what it's going to look like. And I'll reduce the fire so that it gets into the slow cooking mode. And one more thing that I'm going to put, I'll I'll add coconut milk to it. I'll add coconut milk to it, so that that coconut milk gives it first a good smell, a good taste, and then finally it will also let the potatoes kind of like cook soft, and they absorb in until they become soft. There's no more complication. That's the end of this recipe. So we put a lock on it, and we wait until the potatoes are soft to the center. And as you can see down there, uh, the salmon is doing good. The salmon is doing good, and yeah, we are waiting until it will be able to turn brown at the top. So everything seems to be in good order, and both of them will be like slow cooking. Both of them will be like slow cooking. So I'll end this video here and I'll present it when it's ready. That's all that I had to do in the kitchen for today. And tell me what you think about today's recipe. What you think about the food, the cooking style, whatever. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and remember to share. I really need comments. I need a dialogue out of this. So thank you for joining me. I'll be able to give a short preview of the results, or maybe not, because to me it really goes perfect. This is just thanks and adios.